Good day, everyone. My name is Maria Hermosilla Portabes, and today I would like to talk about something that is becoming increasingly important in education. This is about prompt literacy for teachers. We often about artificial intelligence or AI as a powerful technology that can help us create lessons, assessments, activities, and teaching materials. But here is an important question. Are we using AI effectively? Okay, so AI can be powerful, but the quality of what we receive often depends on the quality of what we ask. That is why I consider prompt literacy as a new superpower for teachers. It does not replace our knowledge as an educators. Instead, it helps us communicate our needs to technology so that AI can become a useful teaching assistant. Today, let us discover how better questions can lead to better teaching possibilities. Okay, so these are what we learn or the learning objectives that we need to know as a teacher. So, first, define. Okay, understand prompt literacy. The next is identify. Recognize parts of an effective prompt. The next is apply. Use prompt responsibly in teaching. Okay, so prompt literacy is not simply about giving commands to AI. It is about learning how to communicate our purpose, our context, and expectations. Think of AI as a teaching assistant. We would not simply tell another teacher, create something for my class, and expect them to know everything. We would explain what we are teaching, who are our learners, and what we want to them to achieve, and what resources are available. The same principle applies when communicating with AI. We need to provide enough information for the technology to understand our purpose. However, communication with AI should always be followed by human thinking. AI can generate possibilities, but teachers still decide what is meaningful and appropriate for their learners. Communicating with AI clearly, specifically, purposefully, and responsibly. So, the question is, what is prompt literacy? Okay, so what is prompt literacy? Prompt literacy is the ability to communicate effectively with AI through clear, specific, purposeful, and responsible prompts. Okay, for teachers, for us, this means that knowing how to give AI appropriate instructions based on our teaching needs. Okay, but prompt literacy is not simply about typing commands. It involves several important skills. We need to communication skills to clearly express what we need. We need to critical thinking to evaluate the information AI provides. Then we need creativity to develop useful applications. Okay. And we need professional judgment to determine whether the AI generated content is appropriate for our students. Therefore, prompt literacy is an important part of responsible AI use in education as a teacher. Okay. So prompt literacy can support preparation and productivity. So these are the benefits of the teachers using AI. Okay. So prompt literacy provides several benefits for teachers, us as a teachers. Okay, so the first, it can save preparation time. Okay, that's very good. Teachers have many responsibilities, and AI can help us create initial drafts or lessons, assessments, activities, and other materials in seconds. Blah blah blah, bang, go. Okay, it can support creativity. Then we need to new ideas or for classroom activities or for examples. Okay, AI can provide suggestions that we can modify. Okay, third is it can help with personalized learning. We can create prompts based on the needs and abilities of our learners. Okay, and the fourth is prompt literacy can support differentiated instruction. For example, we can ask AI to create beginner, intermediate, and advanced versions of the same activity. And finally, AI can help improve our productivity. However, even with these benefits, we must also recognize the limitations. Teachers, remember AI is only our guidelines, not to replace us a teacher. Okay, please remember that. We need to recognize first the use of AI kung saan gi hatag sa ato ah. Okay, so as I conclude, use a clear prompts while remaining aware of risk and responsibilities. Conclusion. Critical and responsible. Okay. As I conclude, let us remember that the main point of a prompt is an instruction or questions given to an AI system. The prompt literacy is the ability to communicate effectively with AI through clear, specific, purposeful, and responsible prompts. Effective prompts provide important information such as the rule, the task, the context, the requirements, and expected output. Prompt literacy can help us teachers save time, generate ideas, personalize instruction, and improve productivity. But we must also remain aware of the risk, including inaccurate information, bias, privacy concerns, and over dependence using AI and academic integrity. Therefore, responsible AI use requires human judgment. Always remember that, teachers. Okay, so in my personal reflection for my about this topic, that I believe that prompt literacy becoming an important skill for my teachers. I have questions, I have an answer, and values. Yes, of course. It reminds us that technology is only useful when we know how to use it properly. Sometimes, di ko magano sa akong self nga nakadependent ako sa AI. Uh, it helped me to remember to this kind of topic. Remember me that it should uh, have a limitation to use AI. It reminds me that technology is only useful when we know how to use it properly. Okay. So instead of asking, can AI do my job? I believe we should ask, how can I use AI responsibly to become a more effective teacher? Okay. So these questions changes our my perspectives. We are not using AI to replace our responsibilities or my responsibilities. Instead, we are or I am using technology to support our work, while continuing to use my own knowledge, my own creativity, and my critical thinking and professional judgment. Okay. So, and my end of my topic, I would like to leave a message that technology can provide the information and assistance, but teachers provide direction, purpose, and human connection. As educators, as a teacher, we should continue learning about new technologies. We should not simply become users of AI, but we should become critical, responsible, and ethical users of AI. Once again, I am Maria Hermosilla A. Portabes. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation about prompt literacy for teachers. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.